What a WWE Monday Night Raw that was last night, guys. And today, this is going to be my WWE Monday Night Raw review from last night's show. So here we go. We kicked off WWE Monday Night Raw with the Lunatic franchise, Dean Ambrose with a steel chair. What he does is he calls out the Miz to come out with his Miz Siraj and stuff, and he had enough of them and stuff. And then, of course, Seth Rollins comes out and he interrupts Dean Ambrose, and then he starts talking to him and stuff about what he did him in the past, future, and stuff. And then Seth Rollins said, "Come on, hit me," with the steel chair to Dean Ambrose and stuff like that. And then right after that, Dean Ambrose just puts the chair outside of the ring, and then next, the Miz comes out, and then with his Miz Siraj, of course, and then he starts telling them about the friendship and stuff of Dean Ambrose and the Shield and stuff, and then of course, the Miz Siraj and the Miz goes one side of the ring and stuff. Then they pull out 3 steel chairs underneath the ring, and then they start beating up Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins with the steel chair. And then Seth Rollins was only in the ring, and then Miz gives Seth Rollins a skull crusher finale, and then the Miz and Miz Siraj leaves the ring right after that, and then they hit Dean Ambrose with another steel chair for good measurement, and then that what a way to kick off Monday Night Raw. And now we have our match number 1 of the night, and it is Bayley versus the Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. And of course, during the match, Nia Jax comes out, and also Sasha Banks comes out too. Sasha Banks throws Nia Jax into the turnbuckle, of course, by the ring post and stuff. And then right after that, Bayley does a belly to belly for the 1, 2, 3, and that's how she won her match from her friend Sasha Banks, and she helped her out. So now we have match number 2 of the night, and it is the Cruiserweights, the Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Mustafa Ali versus A Man with a Plan, the Brian Kendrick and Drew Clark. This match was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Mustafa Ali, he pinned Drew Clark with that high flying move, and that was pretty good. And now we have this segment, and it is Enzo Amore. He comes out and he talks about Big Cass and stuff. And then, of course, Big Cass interrupts, and then he says Corey about blaming him about it. And then next, Big Cass starts to talk to Enzo Amore. And then right after that, Enzo Amore goes into the crowd. And then, it's a big show. The Big Show shows up, and then Big Cass and him go at it again while Enzo is watching in the crowd of Big Show beating up Big Cass, and then Big Show starts going at it with Big Cass and stuff. And then right after that, Big Cass beats up the Big Show in the ring, and then Big Cass gives a big boot kick to Enzo Amore, and then that was it. Then Big Cass leaves the ring. Now we have match number 3 of the night, and it is Finn Balor versus Elias Sampson, and plus Elias Sampson does his little thing like he always does by singing, and Finn Balor always interrupts him. And then of course, during the match, Elias Sampson uses a guitar on Finn Balor's head and to end the match outside of the ring, and the referee disqualifies him, and that means Finn Balor is the winner. And then right after the end of the match, Bray Wyatt talks on the Titantron to Finn Balor and stuff, and then that was it. And now we have match number 4 of the night, another cruiserweight match, and it is Ivari Davari versus Akira Tozawa. Well, that match was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Tyler Neal was on ringside too, and plus Akira Tozawa stopped the match because he kept getting beat up and stuff. And then, of course, right after that, Akira Tozawa said he stopped the match and stuff. The referee stopped it and stuff. And then, of course, Ivari goes outside the ring and he talks on the microphone and stuff about that he won and stuff. And then, of course, Akira Tozawa going on an entrance stage ramp and tells Tyson he stopped and stuff. He did not quit and stuff like that. And now we have the reveal. What was behind Kurt Angle? Now this was pretty good. I really enjoyed this part of the night. Well, you suck. Kurt Angle comes out, of course, and then of course those chants. And then of course Kurt Angle talks about his family and stuff. And then he talks about there is going to be a new Raw member roster, and it is his long lost son. And you know who it is? One half of the American Alpha, Jason Jordan. And of course, you know what Jason Jordan did? He gave Kurt Angle a hug and stuff, and them two were crying and stuff, and they go like this, raise each other's hands up, and then what a precious moment that was, guys. I really enjoy that part of the night. Now we have match number 5 of the night. And it is the Revival versus the Hardy Boys. Jeff and Matt Hardy. This match was pretty good. I really enjoying the match. Jeff Hardy got pinned by the Revival because one half of the Revivals knocked down Jeff Hardy off of the turnbuckle when he's about to do the Swanton Bomb on one of the Revivals. And of course, the Revivals got the pinfall for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it on Jeff Hardy. And now we have the main event of the night. Sorry about that. And remember, who wins this match will go on to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam for the WWE Universal Championship. Well, here we go with this. We have our match, and then, of course, you know who returns? Braun Strowman from that ambulance match with Roman Reigns. And, of course, nobody did win that match. It was a no contest. And then outside the ring, Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman were fighting. Then Braun Strowman does a clothesline to Samoa Joe. And then Roman Reigns gets beat up by Braun Strowman. Then Samoa Joe does a submission hold into Braun Strowman, and then Roman Reigns was trying to do a spear to Braun Strowman. Then, of course, the security guard were trying to tell Braun Strowman to stop, but then he told him no and stuff. And then, of course, Braun Strowman just leaves, and then he goes on the entrance ramp, and then the referees were trying to check on Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns if they were okay laid out in the ring. And then what a way to end WWE Monday Night Raw. And what a Monday Night Raw it was last night, guys. So, guys, once again, I hope you all enjoy my WWE Monday Night Raw review from last night's show. So, guys, once again, please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Peace out, guys. See ya.